How do I open this? I have so many. I really, in my mind, I thought, you know what? I could probably just say one or two sentences and then do like a 1 minute YouTube video just expressing how I feel and then just end it right there. That would do it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do a little bit longer. Maybe I'll give it 2 minutes. Is it even worthy of 2 minutes? We'll see what happens. Look, we're going to get into what's streaming currently. DC's latest mashup of whatever. Suicide Squad. Next on That Guy Talks Movies. Hey, welcome to That Guy Talks Movies. I am that guy talking movies and streaming and collecting 4K content and all that good stuff. If you're into that and you want to hear me talk about all these things, go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, along with the notification bell so you know when I put up new content and you do not miss it. Truly appreciate having you here. And for those of you who have already subscribed who stick with me, I definitely appreciate y'all. All right, let's get into it. Suicide Squad, DC. This will be short. Look. Let me just say this. I didn't see the first one. I didn't see the first Suicide Squad just because it wasn't my cup of tea. I could kind of tell it wasn't going to be my cup of tea. I was totally against Jared Leto's Joker thing, and it served no interest in me. Actually, I saw parts of it. I shouldn't even say that. I saw a few parts of it, but from what I heard, it wasn't even worth pursuing. It wasn't even worth going back to watch. It got ripped even by the fans, the DC Suicide Squad fans. It didn't do very well, so didn't miss much. Now, I saw the preview for the current iteration of Suicide Squad. I saw that maybe only actually a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, what the hell is this with a shark and like a weasel? I was like, what is this? So I didn't know if it was like a new Suicide Squad or what was what. I wasn't really sure. Bloodshot is the same guy. I think Will Smith played that character. I could be totally wrong. I probably should have researched that before I went into this, but I think that's what Idris Elba is picking up that role. I don't know. Anyway, I saw the preview for the new Suicide Squad, and I was just like, okay. Then it premiered on Friday, and I was like, I didn't even, actually, I kind of forgot about it. Then Saturday came, I was running around, I was working, I was doing stuff and shooting, I was with the family, and I was like, oh shit, you know what? I'm going to have to watch this. I do have a channel, I do talk about movies, and I haven't put up a video. I'm already a little behind on some other stuff I want to do, but I damn sure don't want to miss putting something up about this movie, so that means I'm going to be forced to watch a movie that I probably didn't really want to watch, and now I regret watching. Anyway, long story short, too late. I sat down last night and I watched Suicide Squad. And I just want to say, actually, let me just talk about the movie really quick. Opens up with a group of suicide squatters. Squatters. I didn't say squatters. Suicide Squad people. Led by Michael Rooker. I mean, once you see Michael Rooker, nothing against Michael Rooker. I was even in a movie with Michael Rooker long ago. I was like an extra in some scenes. So for the night, got to hang out with Michael Rooker and company and Stephen Baldwin and Luis Guzman. So nothing against Michael Rooker. I think Michael Rooker's a cool dude. But when I see him in a movie, for some reason, I feel like, this is going to be something kind of cheesy. Even Walking Dead. I feel like Michael Rooker sets the tone for, okay, this is not going to be quite. Although Jamie Gunn, who directed this, the Guardians of the Galaxy, I like Michael Rooker. Again, I'm going on a tangent with Michael Rooker. My point is, when I see Michael Rooker, I'm kind of like a little I can't take it too serious. And this with the blonde wig extension things, whatever he was rocking in this was whatever. Anyway, he's the head of this preliminary Suicide Squad team that goes into Corto Maltese to do some mission for the United States and whatever. There's a team of them and even what's his name? Jeez. What the hell? Pete Davidson, Saturday Night Live, Mr. Funny Dude. They all get wiped out, and it turns out there's actually a real team of Suicide Squad guys. And spoiler alert, sorry. Yes, I'm spoilers on this because really I don't give a shit. So there's a real team of Suicide people, Suicide Squatters, led by Idris Elba. And then you've got a shark guy in this. You've got You got John Cena as a Peacemaker. You got this other dude that plays Polka Dot. Anyway, you get a little history. You see who these guys are, how they get recruited. And Viola Davis is like the one leading it all from behind the scenes, and she plays like a really evil, witchy type in this. And I'm not quite sure why she takes these roles, but she took the role, and she's just like, I think she's miscast. I mean, she's a great actress. She's Viola Davis, for God's sakes, but. Like, really? Suicide Squad movie? I can't even say Suicide Squad movie. Yeah, Viola Davis, Idris Elba. These are great people. These are great actors. But this is just a mess. Bottom line is, plot wise, they got to go into Corto Maltese. There's like a revolution to throw over the government, overthrow the government, and there's like some secret former Nazi experimental place where they're doing some experiments, and there's like rumors about some alien technology and all this stuff is happening. Of course, America's got to go in and save the day and stop that technology from getting out, and make sure we save the people in the interest of humanity and freedom and democracy around the world, which is actually turns out to be bullshit. Of course, as the United States has an interest in it, and it's kind of like kind of true to life. The United States doesn't just do shit for freedom and humanity. There's like some sort of interest, self thing going on here, and that's the case in this movie. So without giving too much away, even though I gave away a couple of spoilers, I mean, that's the movie, and they go in, and there's a whole lot of carnage and violence. I can't take John Cena whatsoever. Let's get into the characters. I can't take John Cena in just about any movie. Like, I think he's a cool dude. I think he's funny. I respect John Cena. I can't. If I see John Cena in a movie, I'm like, all right, yep, Mark Wahlberg on steroids. That's John Cena with a kind of corny, dry sense of humor, and it doesn't work. He's not Dwayne Johnson. He's not The Rock. The Rock is kind of just like, he's The Rock, man. I ain't trying to compare the two, but it was impossible not to. Both of them coming from that wrestling world and such. But anyway, John Cena just distracts me. So, and it's even more distracting. It's ridiculous getup in his helmet. I know. There's a DC explanation for it, and it's a comic book guy, and it's real. I understand the helmet was supposed to do something with reading people's thoughts or whatever it was. The dead people that he killed, apparently, this character. That's the way it's based in the comic books or something like that. But anyway, it looks ridiculous, and I find John Cena ridiculous in most movies. And you got this guy that throws polka dots, Polka Dot Man. I kid you not. I looked at this and I was like, I've seen fucking episodes of The Simpsons. This was so ridiculous. And again, I am sure there is like rationale for Polka Dot Man, and it's probably some deep rooted character thing going on about Polka Dot Man in the actual comic books. But for me, again, the layman, I've said it numerous times on this channel, the layman watching this, you should be able to get into it, get into the characters, get into the writing, have some sort of empathy for them, feel something, get involved with them. This was ridiculous. Not to mention he has mother issues. So every character he sees, as far as like who he wants to kill and how he wants to exact his revenge, he sees his mother, who was played by this, large woman with glass. It was just, it was a nightmare. Let me keep going. Speaking of characters, the shark. Oh, dumb shark. Voiced by Sylvester Stallone. I just don't get it. I don't get it. The big shark thing, don't get it. I know it's supposed to be silly, over the top. I get it. We'll get back to that in a second, but just I didn't get it. What else? Harley Quinn. Jeez, Margot Robbie. Nothing against Margot Robbie. Who has anything against Margot Robbie? All I do is keep flashing. Every time I hear her name, I flash the scene in Wolf of Wall Street. When he comes up for tea. Hell yeah, I want tea. You mean like hot tea? Yeah, and she's there in the doorway, butt naked. It's Margot Robbie. I love Margot Robbie, but this Harley Quinn character, I didn't see Birds of Prey either. I lose points for that, right? I didn't see Birds of Prey either, because I don't give a shit about the whole Suicide Squad thing, and I damn sure don't want to see this woman. I cannot take Margot Robbie in that accent, and I don't know what superpower she has other than being super annoying. And I guess she can fight. Is that supposed to be her thing? She can fight. She does a whole thing in this. She does that nice scene that looks like a drug-induced sort of thing where she's killing people and smiling, and it's supposed to be all great. Doesn't really work for me. I just can't. Idris Elba's cool. I like Idris. No matter what Idris does, you're always going to be like, all right, he's Idris Elba, All right. Here's the thing. I am aware that this is supposed to be like an over-the-top sort of like romper kind of thing where it's like this grindhouse-esque kind of violent, ultra-violent, campy, funny kind of thing. I appreciate those films. I don't want to be taken the wrong way here. Like, you can't appreciate the jokes. You don't get the over-the-topness of it. It's not supposed to be serious. Yeah, I fucking know it's not supposed to be serious. I know it's supposed to be kind of like ridiculous to a degree. But you can do that and also have a really good film. Oh, I didn't even get to some of the best, the nemesis here, when they get to the Nazi camp thing or whatever the fuck it was, where they're doing the experiments, the thing that they were like keeping under wraps, the giant starfish. So it was a giant starfish from another planet. I imagine it was an alien starfish with one eye, right? Is that what this was? That took people's consciousness and got stronger by the minute and became this huge starfish. The last part of this movie with the starfish, like wreaking havoc down there in this city, was like watching a guy in a rubber suit just walk around hitting buildings and knocking shit over. That's how ridiculous it looked. It was like watching an old Godzilla movie with it's a guy in a suit, in a rubber fucking suit. They didn't even attempt special effects here. They didn't even attempt them. It was so fucking stupid. If you want me to buy the alien starfish guy with an eye wreaking havoc and taking people's just make it look kind of like up-to-date special effects. Make it look a certain way. This looked like a guy in a fucking rubber suit, which is what it was. It was just corny, unbelievable, stupid, over the top, not to the point of being entertaining. Yes, okay. Had a couple of entertaining moments in it, couple of one-liners here and there that you're like, okay, that was kind of cool. But for the most part, garbage. Rat Girl? Yes, I know. She's got a father. The father was Rat, whatever the fuck it was. She controls rats. Like, it was just stupid. And perhaps that's because DC's characters, most of their comics, most of their fucking people are stupid. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. But look, you see that S in my chest? I am a Superman, Batman fanatic. Those are my two favorite superheroes of all time. So I'm not so anti-DC. I just think their films are god awful. They're terrible, except for Wonder Woman. You look at the Batman movies, starting with Nolan, right? So I'm going to use Nolan's Batman as the best, the definitive Batman. Even 89's Batman, I have a hard time. I can't pick a favorite there. All right, they're different. They're done different. All right, but I really appreciate that going that serious route of making it a real film kind of thing. Nolan gets the crown for that, for doing Batman Begins, right? Then The Dark Knight. The Wonder Woman film, the original one, the first one, fine, keep it. Every other movie they've made is forgettable, not memorable. Forgettable, not memorable. I don't care. I'm never going to watch it again. And I'm a film guy who watches movies over and over again. I don't want to own them on 4K. I don't give a shit if they make a Criterion Collection version of it. I don't care if there's a 4K version of it. They all suck. They're not worth owning. Aquaman, not worth owning. Zack Snyder's Justice League, either version, the 4-hour version or the original version. No one's going to watch that over and over and over again. No one cares about owning it in 4K. It's garbage. They're just not memorable. Batman versus Superman, I'm never going to watch it. I actually own that one for whatever reason, but I'm never going to watch it again. I'm never going to put it in with anticipation of saying, hey, I haven't seen that in a while. Let's watch that. It's garbage. They don't make memorable films. And that brings me to my next point. Almost sounds like I'm ranting now, right? A little bit. Take a deep breath. Look, I have to wonder, and I have a hard time not bringing this up, and I've brought it up before. It becomes a Marvel versus DC kind of thing. Marvel clearly kicking ass when it comes to making their movies. DC, not so much. I just try to imagine what the room would look like. Like this boardroom with all the execs from Warner Brothers, Village Roadshow, DC Film Studios, all the different producers, all the different heads, the big people, the accountants, the lawyers, everybody, creative team. They usually don't put creative teams in those meetings anymore, but that's another story. I'm just trying to imagine what that meeting looks like and what the head dude is. I don't know who the head dude is. I'm making all the decisions above everybody. I wonder what that meeting would look like. Like, all right, guys, look, let's just get down to brass tacks. Marvel has been kicking our ass in the movie thing forever. Doesn't make a difference, Zach. Doesn't make a difference if the 4-hour cut was received a little better. Doesn't make a difference. We're getting our ass kicked. Every movie we make, we get our ass kicked. Marvel's done fantastic. What do we need to change? Who the fuck needs to be fired? How do we start over? What do we do to get this right and move forward and forget the past? I want to see what that meeting looks like and what they do. They could revamp somehow. I say just keep making Batman and Superman movies. Not Batman and Superman together in a movie. No. Just keep making like Man of Steel, Batman, Superman movies. Work on that. Get better at doing that. Make really badass Superman movies. Make really badass Batman movies. We'll see what happens with this next one with Robert Pattinson. Anyway, that's it for me on Suicide Squad and what I think of this. I know it's supposed to be campy, grotesque, sort of like, cheesy, violence and heads being cut off and a shark eating people alive and sucking people up. I get it. It's got its few moments, but overall, it doesn't work. It doesn't make you want to go back to it. You don't want to revisit it. You can digest it in the moment, but it's a bad aftertaste and you feel like, yeah, all right, but I'm going to go. It's like a restaurant. It's like if you don't remember the food there and you don't remember the restaurant, like what you ate and you're talking about it years later when someone's, oh, you ever been to that restaurant? And you're like, yeah, I've been there. It was all right. If you can't fucking remember it, it's like, it wasn't that good. That's the case here. Suicide Squad. Look, if you haven't seen it and I haven't ruined it for you, trust me, I can't ruin it for you. Okay, then go ahead and watch it. Knock yourself out. If you have seen it and you totally disagree with me, you think I'm just not getting it, all right, and it went over my head, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I can take it. All right, I want to hear from you. Let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. I truly appreciate that. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Anyway, that's it for me on That Guy Talks Movies. I know this got kind of out of hand, right? I got kind of serious. I got all like hardcore on y'all. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Again, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And I will see you on the next That Guy Talks Movies. Me talking movies. Be good.